Okay guys, today we're really working on when you come through. A lot of people, they think when they're trying to throw hard, you know, you just pull through like this. This right here is exactly how you get nose up. This right here, you'll come through, you go to pull, that's exactly how you get nose up. So when you come through, at one point throughout your pull back, when you go like this, you want to come, you rather come like this, not throw it at the ground. That's not how you want to do it, but you want to have your disc more angled down, if anything, rather than like this or flat. Because when you do go to throw, your body's natural movement is just to go like that. You're gonna get nose up. So I'll show you an example of both. So like here's just one with nose up. You can see the back of the disc the entire time of that flight as nose up. And then here's nose down. Okay, straight at the ground. Hold on. We'll throw one more. I'll use a freaking zone, but it'll get nose down. That's the point. So I was way more nose down. You can see the top of the plate less. Okay. Now, so basically, I'm aiming for that pole out there, laying on the ground. This little pole, red and white one. That's about, I think that was like 250. I can't remember last time. Oh, rangefinder. Hold on. Uno momento. It's about 250 feet out. The flagpole is from the disc. So we're gonna try to get that with the zone. And we're really gonna work on having it like this rather than like this. So another thing with that example, that is called negative launch. When you're already coming down on your throw, you rather have a neutral launch with the nose down. Okay, that was really good, but I overthrew that by a lot. But that right there is exactly what I mean by having a neutral launch with nose angle down. Okay, I've been trying to work on this Berg. This Berg has such a weird lip to it. It's so hard to throw. I actually catch my fingers on it a lot when I try to throw it. So I'm trying to figure out how to throw it better. I don't know how most people throw it, but I've been going like this. Okay, the Berg's cool. Okay, we're gonna just work our way up through the speeds because it doesn't make sense. Oh. We're gonna work our way up through the speeds because it doesn't make sense to throw the higher speed disc first. That's not a warm up. So we'll start with the buzz, just a little soft swirl, a little buzz. I'll say that time my arm definitely was lagging behind. Definitely felt my arm lagged there. You know, for what that was, I went pretty far. That was a stalker. Let's see. We're gonna range find that because I think I just threw that pretty far for a mid-range. Okay, we're gonna throw this T-Bird 3, very straight disc. It just, whatever you throw it on, it's gonna stay on. It will fight back if you put it on some anhyzer though. Not much to say, just a straight good shot. This is probably one of my unicorn discs in my bag, one of my favorite discs. No matter what, I promise you this will flip up and go the other direction. No matter what. And I'm gonna prove that right here. It'll absolutely flip up and go the other direction. Point proven. Point proven. Definitely feel like I threw that on a lot of hyzer and it definitely popped up fast. And here's a champion version of this. This will not do like that at all. This is more likely to be straight. Still gonna put it on some hyzer because apparently I got power today. Okay, I didn't put it on hyzer, but point proven. Okay. This is one of my cooler discs. It's the Savant Thunderbird. You know, for a while I didn't know if it was actually a Savant or a Thunderbird. Really confused, but it is just a Thunderbird. It's just a cool little stamp that they got going on. This right here is basically what I would use for the same distance as a Firebird, but I just need it to be straight. I can't have that much of a finish. I'll throw the Firebirds next so we can really see the difference here, but the fade is what you want to watch. So I say nice and straight because it has 0 turn. And at the end it has its 2 turns, so it will fade for you. Get you that extra distance. Okay. Nate Sexton Firebird, these are worth a lot, good money actually. Not a lot of money, but good money. Not this one because I beat it up to, oh, sucks to suck, but I beat it up. But anyways, watch the difference between this fade and the last fade. That's really how you see the difference. Well, that one wanted to just immediately turn over as soon as I throw it. It just wants to immediately fight. It's gonna do everything it can just to come back to the other side. I'll show you guys another example. Just a regular champion Firebird. That one had absolutely way more fade. You can see it right out of the hand. It hit the ground, even wanted to keep going even after hitting the ground. That's just why I love the Firebird. Okay, this right here is a beast of a disc. If you cannot throw 300 feet or 350, 400, this disc needs to be in your bag. This is an absolute cheat code. I'm gonna try to throw it with the nose down like what we've been talking about, see how it goes. We gonna have some problems. I keep throwing them into the woods, but that was actually bomb. That was way better than the last time I've thrown that disc. Definitely could tell it was less nose up. My camera woman's got a bee on her. Okay, next disc, Champion Wraith. This is some people's bomber disc. This is trying to be my bomber disc right here. It's gonna last me some time, but I'll just do a big anhyzer, try to get the nose angle down just like we've been talking about again. Should pan across and then fight back right at the end. Okay, little too much angle on that. Little too much angle. I'm gonna throw a star version of that. That was definitely nose up. Ugh. Okay. I bought one of these MVP photons. Still don't really know what it does for me. Negative 1.5 turn. Didn't even know there was halves like that. Still trying to figure out these MVP discs. They are a little questionable for me. Very, very bendy. Fission plastic. I mean, I've thrown it as hard as I can and it hasn't popped up once, so I'm just gonna try big anhyzer one more time. Something I just realized is I'm not really using my back arm that much. Ricky Wysocki, Destroyer. Beat in. This one I could probably throw really hard and flat. That was pretty good. That went just as far as the Discraft Stalker. I'm still confused on how the Stalker can go that far. Actually, crazy for what kind of disc it is. Okay, now we just have a regular newer Destroyer, less beat in, 100% max weight. This is just perfect for fighting the wind. It'll still flip sometimes in the wind though. It's not that reliable, but I like that one. That one I'm really trying to use my arm because I definitely have noticed I've not been using my arm or my legs as much. This is really just me focusing on getting that nose angle down. It really does show that if your nose angle is good and your, what would I call it? Your launch is good, you can throw far. You can throw far. You don't need good spin, you don't need strength, you don't need anything. You just need good form. Hades, definitely gonna flip on me. Still debating on how to throw this disc in an actual round. Turn that one over just a little too much. Went straight to the ground. Still trying to work on that one. The launch angle might have been a little too negative as well, but the nose angle is still pretty good. Ooh. Okay, MVP Octane, still kind of new. Is 167 grams, but this thing is not flippy like the last disc we just threw. This thing has proven to me that it is overstable no matter what, and I don't know if I like it yet. So, I mean, it is kind of true to its flight numbers. It does stay pretty straight for you, but it does have that overstable finish, as flight numbers say. It does kind of finish for you at the end there. Okay. Last but not least, Nuke OS, most stable, consistent, reliable disc I have in my bag. No matter what, it's gonna do what I want. I can't, I cannot say enough. You need an overstable driver in your bag that you know will not ever flip, or the wind won't affect it whatsoever. This is that for me. We're gonna try to throw this just as straight as I can so I can show you guys how hard this finishes here. That's pretty good. That one went really far. Hold on, I'm gonna range find them before we go, and then. Okay, none of them actually did hit 400 like I thought. They were close. They're like this close to hitting 400. Okay, most of those sat at 375, just right there on the border. That is still the first I've ever thrown a mid-range in my life. Did not know I could do that. So I figure now that I've warmed up, and I worked on that nose angle, you know, those last couple were pretty okay. I should be able to hit 400 pretty consistently now. So I just really got to actually now work everything into it, you know, when you come back with your reach back, getting that arm back, and then when you pull through, really using your arm to let your body come around fast, and then hitting your power pocket, you know, that's still want to work on that. Having the right angle of your body, you know, you want to throw flat, you have to, you know, you have to be flat, you have to be level. And just really that nose angle. I'm gonna go retrieve them. It's the worst part. This time through, we're just gonna throw the discs. I'll show you all the discs before, but I'll probably do less talking so I can really focus on what I'm doing here. Important stuff. Next, T-Bird 3, straight flyer. My launch angle is still negative, so when I'm coming through, I'm focusing on getting that nose down, but at the same time, I'm pulling my arm down. So what I need to be doing is I need to still be pulling, but I still have that good launch angle. It's gonna be hard, but that's why you practice these things. So, Champion Valkyrie. Into the woods, so we're gonna have to find it, but it did what it's supposed to do. Anyways, now Star Wraith. Really, we're not gonna try to throw this one as flat because it will turn over on me a little bit, but I'm gonna still give it some flatness to it. That'll be easy to find, but out in the woods. Okay. Here's the Champion version of what I just threw, of the Wraith. I'm gonna try not to hit the freaking woods this time. Are these good or no? Okay, Fission Proton. We're just gonna start running through them, guys. So in the last video, this one definitely cuts to the left, so we're not gonna throw it as straight because it will go into the woods. Some good distance. That's some really good distance. Okay, a flippy Hades. So I definitely need to throw this on some hyzer or bad news. That's pretty good, but it was in the woods. Alright, so we need to stop throwing them at the woods, but that went pretty far. That was a good flight still. Flippy Destroyer. We're gonna try to give this some height while also still getting that nose angle down. It is something hard to do, so I'm trying to practice that. So that was probably the furthest on this round. That's pretty good. We're gonna try to replicate that with another destroyer. Maybe throw this one a little more flat. That one I did put a little hyzer on because, you know, it will flip up slightly, but this one will not. Okay. Here's a Thunderbird again. Like I said, we're gonna try to throw this flat like last time, so I can show the audience the difference between a Firebird and a Thunderbird. Stay straight for a while. Okay, the Firebird, it will not stay as straight at all. It'll definitely finish later. Well, do that on some hyzer. Okay. Another Firebird champion, so it'll be more overstable. It's like a self-roast. Similar distance. You can definitely see though, it does not want to flip up. It doesn't want to stay straight as long. It definitely wants to crash. It wants to just fall back down to the earth to the left, well, to the right. To the right, since I'm a lefty, but flippy or destroyer, not as flippy as the first one, but it's still max weight. Oh, that was good. Not as far because I didn't give it as much height to let it actually like carry, but I mean that was like a dead bullet shot for me. We'll throw this Gorgon now. We know the Gorgon last time it went into the woods again, so it is a flippier disc. Probably put it on some hyzer so we can get that full S flight, the full and back again. So that was really good. If I would have given it just a slight more height, we probably would have gotten the full flight. It was just getting to the end of its S curve right there. So that was really good, but need a little more height. Okay, back to another Hades. This is a less flippy Hades, so we could probably throw this straight with a little bit of height and it will still keep going straight. Pretty good, but another thing I noticed is I'm definitely not using my core or my arm again, but I'm gonna try to do it with this one because this one is not flippy. Still has yet to be flippy. I'm liking it though. Okay, so you really gotta like tighten up your core. That was pretty good. That disc definitely had some speed on it, so that thing was humming it to the ground. How much dirt kicked up right there. Okay, last disc. Just that really overstable driver that everyone needs in their bag. Whether that's like, I don't know, a Firestorm from an Innova or the Nuke OS. Don't really know that many other brands. Haven't branched out much. We're gonna try to throw this one as hard as we can. We're gonna use like every bit of our body. Like that last time I felt like I did, but it still finished pretty early. So I think I need to get in the power pocket, but here we go. Take it. For my most overstable disc in my bag, that was pretty good. I'll take it. Last one for the memes. We're gonna throw a zone. I want to see how far I can throw a zone. Just a Get Freaky zone. Crystal Flex. I usually throw these with a fan grip, but I am going to try to start throwing with the power grip so I can actually get behind it. Almost took out that guy's birdhouse, but that was an amazing flight. Exactly what I wanted out of that. Now I know how to get it to land right in front of me, just a little bit of Anheuser. I do have one more zone. I'm gonna try to replicate it. It's gonna be hard. Maybe I hit the birdhouse this time. This one is a Paul McBeth zone. So it's not as loose as the Get Freaky zone. It's stiffer, harder plastic. Makes a sound knock on it. You know, I replicated it. So, you know, it's always good to get your practice in with your mid-ranges and your putters because they are good, you know, discs. They do fly pretty good to where if you can get yourself a nice putter that will just fly straight for you no matter how hard you throw it, that's always going to be a vital disc in your bag. For me, I have the zone for that in the Alpaca, so